When I first moved into my new home, I noticed some strange things happening. My neighbors were frantically moving out. What on earth was going on? My husband and I approached them curiously and tried to find out what was happening. But when the neighbors saw us, they fled as if they had seen a ghost. They sped away in their car, seemingly afraid that we would catch up with them. We walked out onto the main road in confusion, only to find it filled with cars. They were fleeing as if a plague had struck. Though confused, we sensed danger and decided to follow them out of town. But as we were leaving the town with our children, something even stranger happened. Cars that had just left began turning around one after another and returning to the town. What were they doing, going back and forth like that? Suddenly, my husband slammed on the brakes, fortunately avoiding a collision with the stopped vehicles ahead. It was then that I realized there was a severe traffic jam ahead. The tunnel leading out of town was already heavily guarded by government troops. Helicopters circled overhead, urging residents to return home and wait for rescue. I sensed that something terrible was happening. While some residents had returned following instructions, we remained in a state of uncertainty. Just then, a rock fell from the sky and hit the car's hood. When I looked up, I could feel the entire mountain range trembling. Loose rocks began to pour down. Suddenly, fighter jets screeched overhead, causing even greater panic among the residents. I don't know why these military planes appeared in the quiet town. Without any warning, the planes dropped countless incendiary bombs on our homes. The entire residential area was instantly engulfed in flames. If we didn't escape in time, we would have been reduced to ashes. This scares me more and more. In the chaos, I realized that the two fighter jets were turning around and heading toward the crowd. This sparked a primal instinct for survival, and people began fleeing in all directions. After quick thinking, I took my husband and children away from the chaos and climbed a nearby hill. As we fled, a bomb was dropped into the crowd below. I had to speed up our escape. Soon, we found an underground shelter in an old school on the hill. It was specifically designed to withstand a nuclear explosion. We quickly pried open the sealed hatch, climbed down the ladder, and entered the darkness. Just as the hatch closed, a bomb exploded directly above my head. This was my first close encounter with the power of a bomb. Fortunately, the shelter was sturdy enough to protect our family from harm. I breathed a sigh of relief. We were safe, but we didn't know how long we would have to hide. Fortunately, my husband found supplies stored here, and judging by the quantity, they should last us several months. We secured the manhole cover tightly, and so we became permanent residents of the shelter. Appetizing canned food was our daily sustenance, and the creaky old well provided us with water. My husband would play cards with our daughter to pass the time, but she longed for the world outside the shelter. To cheer her up, I made a simple telescope for her. She peered through the ventilation shaft's crack and saw a scene of utter stillness and desolation. It seemed that only the three of us were left in the world. From then on, my daughter completely gave up the idea of going outside. Every day, she would use a knife to carve a mark on the wall until the entire wall was covered. But one day,